What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to be going over a website that I found on Flipper. I know you guys love these weekly reviews of websites, so we're going to get straight into it, and inside of this video we're going to do a full complete overhaul on this website's SEO, and also, you know, just see what we can actually take from it and apply to our own businesses as well. So what was really good about this website that I found is that it's a good and a bad thing, because it's old. So it was sold 637 days ago, which is, you know, outdated. But what's really good about it is that it's still up, and we can get a lot of information and apply it to modern day business. So although this website hasn't been around for some time, it's still currently active, it still receives traffic, but we'll be going through everything inside of this video. Okay, so at the time of sale, when this website was currently listed on flipper.com, they actually sold this, were selling the site for it was making around $787 per month. Okay, and I did do a search for only verified earnings with these websites. At the time, you know, Flipper wasn't as strict as it is now, so it may have been a lot easier for people to kind of, you know, overthrow the securities and the checks and whatever else. But you can see here it's got like a proof of income video, so it shows you all of the different income that the site was making. I went through this as well, because you can see, like, in a single month it was doing, like, you know, that was like 1 month 538, and then there was like another month where he does the next month, and you can see that that's from May 1st to May 31st, and it done over 1,700. So yeah, just another earning. June, that was June, you see, so it was doing quite good numbers. Yeah, not sure that correlates exactly with the net profit per month, but maybe that's what they averaged out or something. Anyway, I saw a dramatic increase in traffic, you know, which is always kind of iffy when you see traffic all of a sudden hitting, like, you know, 2,000 page views per month from nothing. But this could have been the time of where they started actually tracking or hooked it up to Google Analytics. I'm not sure on that. And also it could be from the fact that they've done something dodgy and they've built, like, you know, black hat links to the site, spammed the site, and then it's spurred up in the rankings. Who's to know? Okay. But anyway, what we're going to do is just gather, you know, as much information as we can from this and talk about what we could potentially improve if we were to build a site like this in this current climate today. Okay, so most of the traffic was coming from United States, which is always great, because this kind of traffic, you know, has a lot of money behind them. Yeah, so it's the West. Anywhere in the West, you know, people are going to have a lot of money to purchase products. This is why a lot of advertisers pile into these countries, because there's so much buying intent inside of these places. Not to overlook places like Dubai and wherever else, but, you know, that's a majority of the time it's UK, America, Australia, all of those kind of places. Okay, so on here there's limited information, not a lot of information, but we can see that the site was averaging about 1,800 visits per month according to this, and $787 per month. And then I'm not sure what this is. This is like February 17. Let's see, that was like $87, and that was April. I don't know, there's all different ones. Okay, so that was April, so on and so forth. That's completely irrelevant to us. All we do know is that the site was making money. Okay, so when we first look at this site, the first thing that I actually spotted that would need to be changed immediately. Now, this site, bearing in mind, is 2 years old, but HTTPS, yep, so it doesn't currently have a secure certificate. So that would have to be installed, because that would potentially affect your SEO. Okay, then you've got Sitemap, which is brilliant. The actual homepage for the time was pretty good, but now moving into the current climate again, you would have to, you know, really improve this design. It looks very dated, very old school, but the information is there. Now, one of the things that they've also got here is, like, you know, just lots of buy buttons. So they've got this chart and whatever else, but more or less this is, you know, not enough information for you to actually go off and buy something, but you might click it in the attempt to find more information out. So if they were ranking for pretty good keywords, then people may have been clicking to actually click through and, you know, go off and find more information. Now, the logo would change as well, because it looks kind of like it was made in, you know, Keynote or something like that, which doesn't matter, because funny enough, Sam Ovens' logo is made in Keynote. That's what made me think of it. And he has a very successful business. But yeah, when I came through the site, it didn't really have a lot of content, and it shows how different things were back then. Because if we look at how many pieces of content the site has, these were like guides and things like that. So look, it says like best this, best that, how to. So they've got like one how-to article, which is pretty good. And this was like, okay, so this is another informational article. And then benefits of, okay, informational and informational. And then when you click blog, it's obviously meant to give you a reel of all of the different content on the site. This is all you get there. So I'm not sure why it's like that. I mean, I can understand what they would have been doing. They would have had a silo going through. So they would have had certain pages connected to others. I would definitely not have breaking news on the site as well. That probably worked back then. But you can see how old the content is. It's all written from like 2016. But we've got here above ground swimming pool. So all of these informational type posts are really good for bringing in traffic, because they usually have a lower competition. There's less people targeting those keywords because they're not as profitable, but they are good for bringing in traffic. And if you are really strategic with the way that you do it, then you'll be able to angle that traffic into making, you know, buying decisions. So like how to maintain an above ground swimming pool, that's pretty good to sell people products that will help them to maintain their pool. So, you know, when you go to a swimming bath and they have like, you know, they put this bleach stuff in there or whatever else it is, yeah, chlorine or whatever, yeah. So if you wanted to sell chlorine, you might do an article on how to maintain a pool, and then inside of it you're explaining how to maintain the pool, and then you can obviously sell the chlorine inside, because the chlorine is going to be the product that they need in order to achieve that result. Okay, because every single post that you do is going to one day be read by people, so it has to solve a problem, it has to answer someone's question. Okay, so they've got heaters, so these are going to be heaters for pools, but and then covers. So there wasn't like a lot of articles on this site. I think in total it's probably got about 20 posts. So it's a very niche based website, which you can still do up to now with ClickBank sites. Amazon, I beg to differ. You know, to make a decent income, you're probably going to need more pages, but then 10 Beast kind of defeats that purpose, or that point, because they only had 10 pages and were making like 20,000 a month. But that's an exception, because, you know, the amount of traffic that they were doing in heavy SEO, you know, was the reasoning behind of why they have so much traffic to the site. But I even believe that's got probably tons more posts than that now anyway. So you can see obviously this is the mix. So they've got the guides and whatever else. So this is all the content. So if we take a look now, the difference is, again, I do kind of like it, just text, I'm not going to lie. But something like a pool is very visual. So, you know, you're in the mood, and I love the color context. Even if I was to create a new theme, I think I'd keep the same color scheme, like with this dark gray and blue, definitely light blue, because that signifies or indicates water. So when we think of light blue, we think of water. And I'd maybe just have this like a bit different, you know, just the background, something a bit more welcoming. But because it kind of looks very texty, like as if you're reading a book. So you'd want it a little bit more appealing. And you can see, I haven't even looked at the content. Look at how short these posts are. That's like ridiculous. So let's just have a look if that even works, these links. So these links are still active. You can see obviously high ticket products. And that's another thing I want to talk about in another video, but I'll just touch on it here now. The sweet spot for Amazon products, because what you may find is I built, you know, my first site and just went all out and got started. And really and truly, like, what I can say is, from the traffic I'm getting, the site's building, it's going to make money. I can see it. It's already making good money and whatever else. But what it is if if I were to go for products that were around above the $50 range, maybe just up from there, like, so above $50 all the way up to like 300, 400, so on and so forth, wherever you want to take it, you wouldn't really need as much traffic. So one or two sales from a product that costs like $200 is going to be very beneficial to you. And you may be thinking, okay, well, how would I do a review on that? Well, just the same way that you would on any other product. And whether you write it yourself or you hire someone, it's definitely possible. And you'd want to acquire as much information as you can about the product and give a complete honest review. But what you could do instead of actually giving like a buyer's review is actually giving an opinion-based review. And that's another video that I'll also do as well, talking about the different kind of angles of how you can position yourself. So yeah, it's really and truly, affiliate marketing is all about angles and how you position offers, literally how you structure it. That's one thing that Franklin Hatchett preaches inside of the course, which you can go and check out reviews on across this channel if you haven't seen my review videos on Franklin Hatchett's course. Okay, so very short articles. I haven't had a look at any other articles. We'll take a look at a few others and see what's going on here. So this is best swimming pool steps and ladders review. So that is like hugely small. This tells me that they've done some heavy backlinking or SEO work on this site for them to be ranking and making money through SEO at the time. It must have been like a black hat site, because articles this short is crazy. But you can see like 2,000 views, So what it is as well, at the time, it would have been a lot easier to rank sites back then. I wasn't involved in SEO back then, so I can't speak on it completely. But you can see 2,000 views again. So this was making money, all of these pages. If we take a look, let's just open this, see if these links work as well. Okay, so one thing that's good is in the permalink, they've got the exact match keyword, which still works today. This is a technique I'm using currently, and it works. Confusing search engines with, all of this extra stuff is pointless. You don't want to have, like different things in there. So you can set that in your settings on your menu tab on WordPress, and you can just do sample page. If you select sample page, if you go to WordPress settings and go to readers tab, and then go to basically sample page. Also, you can see that they've got really good titles. They're just using exact match titles, so they're not actually diluting the titles. What I would recommend in this current climate is to dilute your titles, but you want to front load the keyword. So what that means is keep the keyword to the left hand side. Then you might put semicolon and then dilute it and put, best swimming pool vacuums and cleaners, semicolon, and then, 2019 complete review, or my personal thoughts, or whatever you want to put. Yeah. And usually what we call that in SEO is a qualifier. So a great way of actually finding out what to use as a qualifier is if you go over to Google and you punch in the keyword that you're trying to target. If you come down to the bottom, you can see like related searches, and then you usually get these tabs here. And what that is basically can help you to get an understanding of what the actual person is looking for, and then use it to help you to qualify. And then obviously you've got the top ranking sites, so you can see exactly what they use and what's working. So you can see here 13 best pool cleaners, and people are looking for a guide on this. So review and guide. Okay, so best rated pool cleaner. Okay, so let's have a look. Best robotic cleaner, best. So yeah, I'd use guide. So guide is probably something you wanted to say, like guided review, or my complete guide, or a complete guide 2019. And that's going to qualify people. So they're going to read the keyword, and then they're going to qualify through your dilution. Okay, and what qualify means is essentially it just confirms, gets them to click. Okay, so it qualifies them, like it, that your content is correct, or what they're looking for in that sense. Okay, so very short pages, very short. SEO was completely different back then. What a good time to be involved in it back then, because this is the only long piece of content I've found on the site. So this is a home page, and I found that this is the technique that was used on many sites, back in the day. So you can see one thing that's really interesting here is that's from 2019. So this is moderately new, and you can see obviously that it's very long, and that's because it's current. So this is what's required in the current climate to rank for keywords. Okay, so and then you can see the best rated swimming pools reviews 2019. See, so they got that qualifier, and the qualifier could sometimes just be the date. So that's what they've got in there. I do actually like this site still, like the actual theme. I think it's pretty cool, even though it's old school. Like, I just like it. It's just like, I mean, pools is not something quite new anyway. Like, so I don't know. I look at it and it looks kind of cool. Like, the site doesn't look that bad. I think it's relatively good looking. I would maybe change the logo and things like that, but probably just if you revamped it, you would probably gain more trust with your readers. Okay, because it looks dated. So what I've done is I've come over to this tool, which is called keysearch.co. Link is in the description if you want to sign up for the tool. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission if you sign up at no extra cost to you. I've actually got a discount code as well, a discount coupon if you go through my link. But anyway, so the tool's only about $11. And yeah, basically what it is, I'll come in here to the Explorer tab, and it allows you to plug in any website, and it will bring up the website's domain strength, backlinks, referring domains, so all of the links that are coming in from the different websites, what kind of links they're using on the site, their competitors, all of this different information, and their ranking distribution, so where they are ranking in the top XYZ, and how many times they are seen in those rankings, in those positions, sorry. And then you've got their anchor text. So these are these links here. This is the actual anchor text that they're using to link back to their site. So this is the actual anchor text that most commonly used, which is best above ground pool. So that's an actual exact match keyword, which would have worked back in the day. I wouldn't recommend you do that now. So when we're looking, one of the other things that's in their URL is the actual site's called the exact match keyword as well. Okay, so this is what people would have done back in the day. Yeah, this is old school. So it's an exact match domain, which worked back in the day as well. So this would have helped your rankings. You can see, look, the best above ground polls. Now, what was interesting is when I came and checked, obviously it only says that they're getting now only 143 visits per month. But what was interesting is they were only ranking for 223 keywords and making that amount of money. Or maybe they've dropped out of the ranks, because this only gives you from the top 100 that they're seen in. So, maybe they've dropped above out of 100 for a lot of their keywords, which I'd imagine so. But what's interesting is they're ranking for a lot of buyer intent keywords. Now, I don't recommend going and smashing a website with buy this, buy that, best this, best that, best this, best. They're great, but I believe that you need to have a mixture of, informational content and also buyer intent. Now, Income School recommend that you do 33% for each, roughly. So 30% buyer intent, 30% how-to guided kind of stuff, yeah, and then 30% listicle stuff, listed out. So sorry, they're guides, yeah, and then you've got the how-to stuff. But I believe you could probably take a 50-50 approach. So half of it, because it's quite simple, just do half of your content buyer intent, half of your content informational, yeah. So whether it's how to or the best tips or 10 tips for this or whatever it is, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so we've got above ground swimming pool rating. So look, best cheap swimming pools. This is people are going to be buying. Now, what's interesting about this is they're position 7 for this, and the keyword basically is only 70 search. So what that tells me is probably you're going to get a lot of sites that are not even targeting that. So if there's an affiliate site like that ranking for that, you probably, the sites here, look, that's Amazon. So you definitely can, there's space here to get in. See, look at this. I mean, this is a long post, but it's not the best site. You could definitely outrank this. You know, it's got high traffic, so it's an authority. Safety.com. It's definitely an authoritative site, but I believe it's there probably because no one's targeting the keyword. Let's see this. See, so these sites are not like some crazy. I mean, they got long form content here. That's the same site I just opened. Yeah, this is long again. See, I like this background because this, like, you know, that looks kind of cheesy though, like in this current climate. Again, a white plain background would do this site justice, definitely make it look more professional. Everything else in the middle is great though. Lovely reviews though. Nice pros and cons, all of that good stuff. And they're probably using like shortcodes for that, or Thrive Architect. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Like that looks pretty good. I believe you could probably outrank these sites though. They don't look like anything special. I knew there's going to be a whole bunch of affiliate sites there. And then best cheap pool, they're ranking for that. So I think this niche is one that you could definitely go in and smash. Like I might even consider it myself. You know, nice long tail keyword there. Above ground, because if you know this site isn't even creating content like for so long and they're ranking for this, you could easily just go and create new content, see what the competition is now, because if they're still ranking at position 9 after all these years for something like that, then there's probably a good chance you can get in, you know, and create some new content and actually rank for it. Okay, so for ranking distribution, these are just competitors. You can see, you know, they've got no content, no rankings in positions 1 to 3. They've got 7 in 4 to 10, 48 in positions 11 to 20, 19 in positions 21 to 30, 48 in positions 31 to 50, 59 in positions 51 to 75, and 29 rankings in between 76 to 100. They're using exact match keywords back to backlink, which was, you know, that's an exact match keyword that they would have been trying to rank for. Tyler Pool, again, seems like an exact match. This is URL. That's a URL branded keyword. Okay, so that's a URL anchor text. And then best above ground pools, that's the exact match again. And then others might be just variations of keywords, or just random things like click here or check out this, you know, pool website or whatever. Okay, so top domain strength referring domains, so the top domains that linked back to their site. This was like the authority of the sites, and their domain authority was really good. Now they've got 146 different websites linking back to them, and then those websites have linked back 519 times. Do follow links 418 and 100 on the no follow, so it's like 75 to 25% roughly. So, okay, yeah, 75, I said 75, 80%. 80% of the backlinks are do follow. So that means those are ones that are being followed by search engines. So search engines are crawling the link. No follow links are links that search engines do not crawl. Okay, if you want to know more about what I'm talking about here, then just leave a comment in the description box, and in the description box, leave a comment below in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so 113% of their links were text links, so that means they're using links as text, not images. And that's all the information that we've got here from that part of the site. So the next thing we're going to do, I relatively think, you know, they've got good H1s here. They've got, you know, I would maybe add in a few H3s. So I'm not sure if these are H3s so much. Maybe they are. I'm not sure. Let's just take a look, you know. So no, they're not. Yeah, they're not H2s or anything. So I'd maybe look at that. Yeah, see, because that's a H1. H3. Yeah, they haven't got any H3s or H2s. So I'd probably add in a mixture of those. I'd probably even go like H1 and then a few H3s, and that's it. Keep it at that. Definitely conclusion would be in H3 or 2 again. So that's like minor things. They've got the H1 as the title, which is most important. Nice imagery. I'd probably add a few more images because, you know, it's not something someone's going to sit down and just read and read and read. Like when someone's buying a pool, they also want the feel of the pool, so they want to get in the mood like of buying it. They don't just want to, you know, look at a pool and then just read context. Like someone who's buying a pool wants to, you know, it's like going on holiday or something and reading about it in a book. Like you don't want to do that. You just want to feel, you want to get more of a feel from this type of site. So it's more visual. It should be very visual. Yeah, so what we're going to do is take a random page and we're basically going to plug that into the keyword search tool and we're going to run SEO checks on it. So this is old content. You know, like I said, the main thing you should be gathering from this video is the angle that they're coming from and looking at the niche and what's possible, and also, you know, just gaining some valuable information on how to structure your website to actually, you know, make money. So you can see, like, you know, the buyer intent keywords and all of this stuff that I'm regularly talking about on the channel. Okay, so Page Analyzer is the next tool we're going to use on this. And I plug that in there and click Analyze. So what this is going to do is going to show me all of these things on the left hand side. So you can see SEO links, SEO keywords, document, mobile optimization, page speed, all of that. Yep. If you wanted to see the theme, the actual site I use a lot for now is WP Theme Detector. I've tested many different ones and this appears to be the best. It would basically, you know, bring up the theme if you wanted to, I don't know, because like a lot of the time, you know, if something's successful, you might want to go to another website and see what they're using, as it's so high converting, you know, so you know that the theme works. So you can actually reverse engineer other websites by coming into this tool and then plugging it in, and it shows you there, and it will give you a demo of where you can go off and actually, you know, test the theme. So this is in Envato Market, which I use. I'm going to do a video on themes as well, but this theme's probably even, like, you know, been modernized since when those guys even used it. Okay, so let's see what's come up. So we can see here meta description is very good. So this is the meta. Okay, H1, nice mixture inside of, so this is actually the content now, so they've got good mixture of H1 and H2s, H3s, everything. So there's a few H4s, everything. You've got it here, like, you know, best swimming pool heater reviews, they've got that 3 times, H3 7 times, sorry. Okay, yeah, images, 6 images. So they didn't have alt attributes. So what that means is the alt text when you upload an image, and what that means is search engines can't fully understand what this image is about. So that's how you would indicate to the search engine what it's about, is by explaining in the alt text what the image is about. So you could just copy the name of the actual file and put it in the alt text. If it's like hashtag exclamation mark XYZ or whatever, don't put it. Just give it a normal name and then copy it into the alt text. Okay, text to HTML ratio. So, you know, it's saying probably needs more text content. Like, don't pay attention to that metric. Flash iframe, there's no iframes. Yeah, so this is, like, I don't know if, you know, iframes are good. Like, if you've got images, videos, all of that stuff. Like, so I don't know why this always says no. But external links, there's no external links. External links pass in juice. Okay, so these are links that are, okay, so there is external links. So 10% of the links are external on this page, and then 89% is internal. Okay, and then you can see how it passes link juice throughout all of those different pages. So you can see about us, sitemap, contact us, guides. So what link juice is all of these pages linking to each other. Like, it's basically going to help all of them to rank. So, yeah, so it's usually through relevancy that you want to pass link juice, through siloing. Okay, so then, you know, pool used many times, nice and good. This is keyword density. Okay, best reviews, so on and so forth. Favicon they've also got, which is pretty good. That's up here. It looks a bit like a warning sign, so I'll change that. It doesn't look like a logo. Language is US. Legible font sizes, good. W3C validity, don't worry about that. Doesn't need it. Speed tips. Okay, so website speed we'll check in a second. We'll see at the bottom. Mobile optimized. So we want to see if it's a responsive design, and the way we can do that is just by closing this up like this. See if the design squashes down, and it's lovely. It looks really good actually. For an old site, I personally think it looks really professional. I don't know if you think the same, but it still looks really good in this current day and age. I'll take out that calendar though, it looks ugly, and take out the archives. Okay, but that might have been part of their SEO structure, their silo structure in some way. Okay, sitemap, brilliant. Site's got sitemap. Robot.txt, brilliant. Got robot.txt, and it shouldn't be blocking anything. Let's just make sure that it's not blocking any search engines from anything. Okay, brilliant. There's nothing they're disallowing here. And then speed is pretty good for this actual site. User experience 99 out of 100. Desktop 67, brilliant. That's about where my site is on this tool as well. Overall, this is a good website. Page authority at 20, domain authority at 21, and then obviously saw the domain strength on the other page. Very relevant site. Traffic is very low, it's showing 400 visitors per month here now, according to this tool, which is inaccurate. They're all estimates. But I hope you was able to get some kind of value from the video and just see exactly what you could be doing with a niche site. So you can see this is only about 20-30 pages. You can see the backlink profile. You was able to see the actual what I can also do, because one thing I can do before we go is just check the actual referring domains, so you can see what sites are actually linking to them. So if I were to click like here, you can see these are actual sites that are linking to them. Okay. Oof. Just went pear-shaped there, didn't I? So I have to get that back again. Yeah, and what you'll be able to see is all the sites that are linking back to them. So we'll just bring that up. That's from the last site. Just waiting for this one to upload again. Okay, not sure what happened there before because it looks a bit different to what it just brought up. But anyway, so if we were to go over to those sites, we can open them, and you can basically see what kind of sites they are that was linking back, so on and so forth. Because if you were basically building a site like this, then you may want to go and build links from these same sources. Okay. This is what this site does all the time. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is copy them. So I can just check out a few of these sites, see what they're about. This is the kind of stuff you got to do, if you want to rank. So it's just going off, but let's just take a look at these. See, so this is like a news site. See, so this was an SEO who was doing this like press release and stuff like that. And CSS, this is just like random, nothing to do with bath swimming pools. So this was an SEO definitely who ranked that site, and for the traffic it was getting, I'd imagine they probably used PBNs more than likely. Now that's, I'm getting that strong feeling they probably were using PBNs, which are private blog networks, just like a bunch of sites that are linked amongst each other that are used to just, boost sites up in the rankings. So I think they're probably using, or used, I should say. But yeah, that's about it. So I hope you was able to get some tips from this video, and if you were, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you are new, make sure to subscribe. If you've got any questions, make sure to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Peace.